Hi, what's up everyone? Michael here with front-end developer job requirement. We are looking now at the booklet, clear job requirements, and we are going to analyze this job requirement, the front-end Angular developer. So if you are interacting with hiring managers and IT candidates and you are also filling these positions, watch the video because I'll show you how to analyze this job requirement and identify the must-have skills. So look, when I see the job requirement, I try to identify who exactly are they looking for, who is the right software developer, what skills are essential. Mostly the information provided in the job requirement is a fluff. We need to identify what is a must. And in this case, when we imagine the front-end Angular developer, I immediately see a web developer, someone who is taking care of front-end websites. You can also see the mind map of software engineers, and you can see that there are web developers who use the web builders or content management systems, but this is not that kind of a developer because here we need a front-end developer who will build websites using some of these frameworks. And the framework in this case is Angular. So this is the role, the developer should understand JavaScript because Angular is written in JavaScript, and there will be some more requirements. As you can see here, hands-on front-end development. On the right-hand side, you can see the must-have skills I have identified already for you. Take it as a little cheat sheet if you have this booklet. Next, you can see the requirements, Angular 4.5.6, not AngularJS. Important information because the AngularJS is the very old version. It's the oldest version, in fact. The version 1.0, 1.1, 1.2 is officially called AngularJS, but the new version of Angular is just called Angular. So keep this in mind. Don't write in your job descriptions AngularJS unless the client or your company really uses the very old version of Angular. Next, in this job requirement, they also require the knowledge of Node.js, which is quite surprising for a front-end developer, isn't it? Probably you know that that Node.js is used for backend development. It's here, right? So backend development using JavaScript language. So why a front-end developer needs this experience or knowledge is mystery for me. I would probably ask this to the hiring manager, like, hey, why? I understand it's an advantage, but everything is an advantage, right? Like Spanish knowledge or Chinese, right? Everything is as an advantage, but why in this case it is an advantage? So that actually brings me also to a few questions I would ask a hiring manager. What web application will the developer work on? What exciting can we mention? Because what we can read in this job requirement is just so boring. Like we need to find something interesting for the developer. Keep this in mind, right? Like the best developers already have a well-paid job, so you need to find a hook that gets them excited and pulls them from their already well-paid job to your opportunity. The next question would be, what kind of projects are we actually talking about? Projects for clients, for external clients? Is this some kind of an agency? Is the technical stack the same for each project or it differs for different clients? Which could be the case, right? I would certainly ask this the hiring manager. What kind of projects have you been working on in the last 6 months or 12 months? Who are the clients you are serving? What technologies are they using? Next question would be, is the protractor framework a must-have? It was mentioned somewhere here in requirements. What will you bring with you? Protractor testing tool, but probably you know that there are so many different testing tools in the JavaScript development landscape. There is, for example, Java or Jest or Mocha. Probably you have some of my other mind maps. So if you have, you would just go to page number, 13, 14. Yeah, it is here on the page number 14. You would see the JavaScript development landscape, and here on the bottom right there are different testing frameworks such as Selenium, Cypress, Mocha.js, Jest, Puppeteer. So there is an abundance of tools used in different programming languages by software developers. So that actually brings me to the point I'm trying to make. Like, if there is an abundance of tools, developers may not have experience with the exactly one that probably your company or your client's company uses. So they can in fact learn this on the job really quickly if they already have great experience with JavaScript and Angular. Well, then the rest can just be learned on the job in most of the cases. The next question would be, will the developer actively use Node.js? So I'm just asking this because it's written here. The developer will use or should bring with him Node.js experience. So why? Will the developer actively use it? If not, why it is listed? Can we drop it? Can we simplify the job description? Can we just focus on what's most important? I would like to learn a little more about the team, because in fact this is sort of some marketing fluff at the beginning and here in the last two paragraphs. So how can we expose something a little more exciting about the opportunity, about the company, about the team, about the project, about the teammates that will be working directly with the developer? Okay, so this is just how to understand the job requirement, but I would go even further and look at the checklist that I usually just go through, and it helps me to identify some of these missing points, because it's sort of relatively easy to just cut these paragraphs like, hey, this doesn't really tell us much, this is unimportant, this is just fluff, this is the same for every other position. So we would just cut it to pieces, but we still need to add something to make it exciting, which I already mentioned could be the team or project or some superstars in the team. And here in the cheat sheet you can also see a few questions I would ask the candidate. So this is the booklet, Clear Job Requirements, How to Analyze Technical Job Descriptions and Ask Great Questions Your IT Managers. Because I know it's important to be perceived like a professional next time you are talking to your hiring manager, right? So this guide will help you analyze your job requirements, because in fact many of the job descriptions can be just copy-pasted. Because these roles are sort of standardized, right? Front-end developers, back-end developers, full-stack developers. Sometimes they are called different names, like a programmer or developer, coder, back-end developer, or a Java back-end developer. But in many cases, it's just the same person labeled with a different label or tag. Okay, so if you would like to go through these, then there would be a few questions for you. First, circle all the IT terms. You can see I use a highlighter, so I highlight some of the must-have terms. There are some more, for example, unit test, code review, CSS, or SAS. There is a difference between SAS and SaaS. So one, actually, I'll show it to you right here. So one is SaaS, and the other one is SAS. Wow, I'm confused myself. But one is CSS preprocessor, which is the SaaS, and the other one is software as a service, SaaS. Wow, it's so confusing. Right? The whole IT world is so confusing because of all these acronyms. But luckily, there is a solution for that also, because in the mind map booklet there is a map of the most common acronyms. You can just go to page number 5 and memorize this, and everything has an end. This also has an end. There is, for example, SaaS here. Can you see it? SaaS, software as a service. Okay, so as soon as you memorize it, everything is easier. Okay, so this is the booklet with mind maps. If you are interacting with IT professionals, if you are frequently screening candidates, this is a great help, because you can just keep it on your desk, open up one of these mind maps and just use it. That's what I do, because I don't recall all the terms, all the terminology, because there is no way. Even after 15 years in IT, I still need to sometimes just look up some of these terms. there is no way to remember it all, even for seasoned IT veterans. The second thing is this guide, clear job requirements. If you work for an agency, you can also get for your whole team. We have in our shop different sets, so you can get a set of multiple books such as this one and practice with your team. Just have fun, enjoy recruitment, because recruitment is easy if you know what you are doing. If you have the right IT foundation in place, if you know the IT essentials, if you know the terminology, then nothing can really surprise you. And I would love you to get to a point when you understand the IT concepts and acronyms and terms and programming languages and frameworks, and it's not any rocket science. As you've seen here, there are some standardized roles such as software developers, front and back end, analysts, architects, IT managers. And if you learn what frameworks and what tools they use, then it's sort of easy. Then obviously new problems pop up, like how to find them, how to attract them, how to get them excited. But that's also something I focus on during the training sessions. And the next one is in December, on December 8th, 9th and 10th. So if you'd like to go deeper, if you would like to understand some of these concepts, if you'd like to finally have a strong foundation, this could be the right thing for you to join on December 8th, 9th and 10th. So every day 3 hours, which is 2 sessions, 90-minute long, each of them. Usually, for example, the last sessions were actually last week, so if you missed those, you can join in December. And we had 2 sessions, each was 90-minute long every day. So 2 sessions on Tuesday, 2 sessions on Wednesday, and 2 sessions on Thursday. During these sessions, we cover the whole recruitment lifecycle, from analyzing job requirements, figuring out how to screen candidates, how to get them excited, what to post on social media. So if you'd like to level up your recruitment skills, if you'd like to finally talk to hiring managers with confidence and screen candidates and match to your IT vacancies, then join the training on December 10, 11 and 12. Just go to training.geekrecruiters.com and get your ticket. Get your ticket right now, because the prices will increase soon, so secure your seat while you can with this little discount in place. Okay, so I hope I'll see you inside the training. We usually do it on Zoom, so this is how we'll do it also now. So see you inside the training room on December 8th. Otherwise, I'll keep posting here on YouTube. Cheers, guys.